The past few years, the open-world sandbox city game has taken a backseat to newer trends like action RPGs, arena shooters, and battle royale games. But now it's time to leave your 8-year retirement, suit up, and join the agency for Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3 has been in development for almost 4 years, and it was supposed to be a launch title on the Xbox One X. And it has been one of Microsoft's most secretive games, nearly classified in its gaming media since the delay in the fall of 2017. Crackdown has been sleeping for almost 8 years, and recently, to scratch that itch that Reagent Games and Microsoft Studios wasn't providing, 2013's Saints Row 4 utilized the mechanics and the hook of collecting power-ups scattered across the city. Recently, in 2017, around the time Crackdown 3 was supposed to release, Volition returned again with Agents of Mayhem, a mashup of Crackdown with the character selection of a totally different popular game like Overwatch. Crackdown 3 takes place in a new city in the near future called New Providence. New Providence evokes an industrial, metropolitan, Blade Runner-esque cityscape, and it will be your stomping ground. The map is twice the size of Pacific City from Crackdown 1 and 2. The agency must stop Terra Nova, whose terrorism has wiped out power around the entire planet. And all attention is focused on the city of New Providence. This city is overtaken by the Enforcers, a paramilitary organization that has tried to hold the city under martial law, and a dangerous robotic faction with their own bosses and kingpins. A new feature, Gangs Bite Back, and a boss or kingpin's attention can be drawn to you after destroying locations and elements that they specialize in. Gang members can retaliate for these actions at any time and in any place, and if waves of enemies can't bring you down, the bosses and kingpins can come for you personally. The voice of the agency returns.
Now let's show these gangs who's boss.
Like a godly sportscaster, always watching, critiquing, and encouraging you to fight back to take the city. Your agent is semi-customizable, but you may opt to choose Agent Jackson and play as the bombastic Terry Crews. You work for the agency, a super cop specializing in taking down the scum of the city. Unlike most sandbox city games, you won't spend much time driving to fight your enemy, but on foot as you level up your abilities.
Skills for kills.
Everything you do in Crackdown pushes your agent to be faster, jump higher, shoot harder, and explode bigger.
Agility. Collect agility orbs and supercharge your mobility. Move faster, leap higher, move the fight off the streets and into the air. Firearms. Take aim with any weapon to become a lethal sharpshooter. Use your sub-targeting ability to deal precision damage. Explosives. Throw grenades and other explosives to blow targets to smithereens. Deliver justice with a capital boom. Strength. Beat down the enemy to pump up your strength. Throw punches, kicks, or anything you can get your hands on. The stronger you become, the heavier objects you can throw. Driving. Commandeer criminal transport or borrow civilian vehicles and become a rolling machine of mayhem.
Climb and reach green orbs. It'll make your character more agile, quicker, and able to leap from rooftop to rooftop.
Your athletic skills are improving, Agent.
In Crackdown 3, you have a jump-assisted booster pack for dashing forward, which affects the calculated landings to position yourself to attack. This booster also comes in handy for recovering from explosive blasts that would throw you off a building. Until you have collected enough green agility orbs to jump smaller buildings, you'll be able to mantle, hang, and pull yourself up windows and ledges. Early on, you'll find yourself hopelessly addicted to finding more of these agility orbs to speed up your character's running and leaping skills.
You're going to be a force to be reckoned with in no time if you keep increasing your core skills like this.
Gun down the bad guys and you'll level your agent's shooting abilities faster. Combat uses a classic early 2000s lock-on system, or hip firing on the move. You can carry up to 3 weapons. Your weapons range from pistols, shotguns, SMGs, launchers, and even laser rifles.
Burn, baby, burn.
More powerful and deadly firearms can be acquired by climbing taller structures or defeating tougher enemies. Each time you take down an enemy with firearms, blue orbs will seek out your character and help you level up the accuracy and damage of using weapons.
Your physical strength is increasing, Agent. You can now lift objects weighing just over half a ton and throw them roughly 130 feet.
Electrical containers can be pulled free and used as projectile weapons, and car doors or even street light poles serve as a gigantic galvanized baseball bat. Pressing B will interrupt your attackers with punches, uppercuts, roundhouse kicks, and after you've collected enough red orbs from pummeling your enemy, you'll unlock a devastating ground pound that can clear you a landing zone with a plume of death. Explosive damage can be dealt with grenades, launchers, and laser weapons, or just by collateral damage when enemies stand near barrels or circuit boxes. Soon you'll be able to clear half a block with just a few tossed grenades and an RPG. Finally, driving can be leveled up by running over enemies, completing driving challenges, races, and stunts. Agency vehicles return with transforming upgrades after you level up each 5 tiers of your driving abilities. One of the objectives in Crackdown 3 is to assault hardpoints. Hardpoints are located with entrenched enemies usually holding hostages. Sometimes there'll be a secondary objective like destroying a generator or taking down a mini-boss. The boss will put up a fight because once the boss is down, his minions go with him.
Good work, Agent. You liberated an agency supply point.
Crackdown 3 is really a game split into 2 parts. A single-player or 4-player co-op campaign with full rampage on the city. The campaign is said to take 12 to 16 hours, if you ignore the agility orb hunt and streamline through to the kingpins. A second playthrough could take less than 12 hours if you take advantage of New Game Plus and start over with your fully leveled agent. The open world will be very processor intensive with explosions in a huge cityscape. The game will run at 4K 60 on the Xbox One X and 1080p 30 on the base Xbox One consoles. But the most important other half is the multiplayer mode, fully reliant on cloud computing destruction. CloudGen, a software company that is developing for the use of cloud computing to speed up the physics modeling and rendering in a fully destructible city environment, with the ability to destroy any part of the city. This groundbreaking tech has never been attempted before in gaming, allowing servers to separately manage different blocks of the city to be destroyed in a way that only Red Faction could do in a closed, constrained environment. This infamous Crackdown destruction was held in such secrecy last year during E3 and Gamescom that the destruction wasn't shown at any time because it obviously wasn't ready. And this was the sole reason for the Crackdown delay. Because Sumo Digital, the studio in charge of the single-player campaign, had completed their work in the summer of 2017. Everything is hinging on the Azure service to make the online experience of Crackdown rise above anything Microsoft has ever offered on the Xbox. So when will Crackdown 3 release? Microsoft announced in August of 2017 that the game would be delayed into spring 2018. This means that Reagent and CloudGen needed an additional 9 months to get more optimized streaming destruction that meets the standards of Xbox Live and the varying bandwidth across all users on Windows 10 PC and Xbox One. But that time is quickly approaching. The spring season runs from March 20th to June 21st. And typically, big game release dates are set 2 to 3 months from the final date. This means that we should get a release date announcement for Crackdown 3 by mid-April for a release date the week after E3. Crackdown has been in development for a long time, and a great game is always better if it has the proper time to get it right. This is Colteastwood. Thank you for checking out this video. I know not a lot of you are very excited or even care about Crackdown, and I hope that this video helped you understand why I'm so anxious to play it. The past couple of weeks, I've been playing a lot of the backward compatible version of Crackdown 1 on the X, and it really does look fantastic for an 11-year-old game. A lot of the details are really sharp in 4K, and to me, it looks like a PC port of an older game. But more importantly, it's just fun. The game is really good, and I hope that Microsoft is working on acquiring the back compat assets for Crackdown 2. But I'm really hoping that the release of Crackdown 1 last month doesn't mean it's supposed to be a holdover for an even longer delay of the third game. If you liked this video, if you were entertained, or if you maybe got converted to a, hey, I'm kind of excited to try Crackdown, then leave a like on this video. If you're not a part of the channel, subscribe and join the weekly content. Add me on Xbox Live, PSN, and Twitter at Colteastwood. If you have any specific questions, leave me a message. Support my work on Patreon if you'd like, and have a great week, gamers. I'll see you online. Have fun, and remember, be nice.